I'm not the type of dude that you can come up on like
Bro,
this.
listen. We out here to
What
get
kind of content?
You're not gonna tell me what to do.
You can't come up on me.
He told street dudes who had did dirt in the street. When y'all see Gene, y'all do him dirty. Y'all beat him up. He wanted me in the dirt and was trying to rock me to sleep. He knew where I was at.
Gene Deal just jumped outside of a reunion with some former bad guy employees, you know. Furthermore, it appears that it was not at all random. Gene was leaving the event when 3 masked men suddenly ran up on him. Additionally, I am aware that Diddy is the cause of all of this. Now, though, Katt Williams is openly expressing his support for Gan. There are now rumors that Katt and Gene are working together on a covert effort to reveal additional information about Diddy and the business as a whole. Thus, all of this occurred just a few days after Gan's shocking interview with Diddy. Additionally, he disclosed some previously unspoken details, such as how he nearly passed away while working with Diddy in the past, how he was misled, put in dangerous situations, and never received the money that was promised to him. Additionally, days after this interview, Gene is jumped immediately after Diddy is exonerated of the RICO charges. Indeed, it isn't a coincidence. Diddy appears to feel untouchable now that he defeated RICO, despite Gene's years of warning others about him. But Katt Williams and Gan are refusing to give up. Diddy seemed to be quite anxious about their plans to reveal anything significant about the industry.
Wanted me dead way before I came to YouTube. That goes to show you what kind of dude this is.
This is what Gene claims transpired. Days after the Diddy judgment was announced, he was leaving this reunion celebration when 3 men wearing masks suddenly rolled up, approached him, and attempted to leap at him. Gene clarified that he is not physically assaulting him.
I look like getting beat up. What a grown man look like, somebody smacking him around, hitting him and all this like that. I ain't taking no ass whooping. I ain't took an ass whooping since the doctor spanked me on my fucking ass. I ain't took an ass whooping since my mama and my daddy. When they stopped taking it, I guess I'm got amnesia. I don't know what an ass whooping look like or feel like.
Gan said that he had intentions to take Diddy out back in the day, so he's not shocked that he would send someone after him.
It came to life for y'all. It came to life for y'all that this dude wanted me dead way before I came to YouTube. Cause I was having meetings with serious dudes in the street, and he refused to sit down. So what did he do? He tell his security team. He didn't tell the NYPD officers. He didn't tell the Department of Correction officers. He didn't tell none of the parole officers or anybody he had working for him that was officers. He told street dudes who had did dirt in the street. When y'all see Gene, y'all do him dirty. Y'all beat him up. He ain't tell him to beat me up. He didn't tell him that. He wanted me in the dirt and was trying to rock me to sleep. He knew where I was at.
And you already know that Diddy has several reasons for wanting Gene gone permanently. If you've been following Gan at all, Gan has been revealing details about Diddy that no one else discusses on podcasts, interviews, and wherever else he has a microphone. Since Gene began discussing Diddy years before Cassie even filed her lawsuit, many people have accused Gan of cloud chasing. Additionally, Gene's YouTube channel still has all of the receipts available. Old films of Gan just conversing in his kitchen and sharing details regarding Diddy, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie's passing, Kim Porter, and other topics that most people didn't pay attention to until Diddy was put on trial. And now someone is attempting to jump Gan only a few days after Diddy defeated the RICO charge. The timing is too precise. Now, before any of this legal chaos began, Diddy had numerous chances to do something to Gan. He was likely aware, though, that nobody was watching Gene's movies at the time. It's a different scenario now that Gene has emerged as the primary source for all the information regarding Diddy's history. Additionally, Diddy likely feels unstoppable now and is seeking retribution after winning that RICO lawsuit. Indeed, the media is already claiming that Diddy has a list of targets for retaliation ready for once he is released from prison. Here's what transpired immediately following the Gene incident. Diddy wants Gene dead, according to everyone on the internet, which went viral. Because Gene is more than just a random ex-bodyguard now. He's among the few members of the bad boy clique who are still living and speaking. And now, even those who once made fun of Gene and said he was chasing influence are paying attention. It's not just fans though. Other members of the business, such as 50 Cent and Katt Williams, are supporting Gan. The caption for an old picture of 50 and Gene read, "Yo, you'll South ISIS." Katt Williams' response, however, was the true surprise. "The most dangerous anger comes from a person with a good heart," Katt wrote in a mysterious post on his Instagram. "They suppress it, remain composed, laugh, smile, and forgive until they are unable to handle it anymore. Don't push decent people too far." Now, when things go rough, Gene and Katt aren't the kind of guys who flee or turn around. Fans, however, are truly concerned for them because they worry that Diddy will be an even greater threat after he is out of prison. P. Diddy is going to leave worse than ever, one fan predicted. It will be worse than if he had never left. Of course they're in danger, another person wrote. Take a look at the things he has already done and gotten away returning to the 90s. Like Gan, Katt has also been the object of numerous attacks in the past. He further asserted that they attempted to unlive him, institutionalize him, and remove his children.
Because here's the whole thing. You gonna charge me with child endangerment after I adopted 7 children and had them for 14 years in this state? Really? You coming after my kids now? Because it was already a witch hunt. Now you want my babies? Yeah.
Jaguar Wright also recently asserted that Katt knew certain influential individuals wanted him gone, so he had to wear a protective vest to bed for years.
Back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed.
Right. He said he got arrested over 30 times. Yeah. No convictions.
I'm getting close.
Go ahead.
But it's been about 30 for him. It's been 8 for me.
Yes.
He beat felony, I beat felony.
Currently, Katt has been as vocal as Gan Deal about Diddy. Additionally, he has been criticizing Diddy for years and implying that Diddy and a few of his business associates were involved in some really sinister activities.
I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah. Jermaine Dupree, king of them. You asked me, baby.
Furthermore, Katt has been discussing industry gatherings and how some of the major players utilize them to connect with other men behind the scenes for years.
Motherfucker gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you down and look in the wrong room and Nick, come here. Is that two kissing?
However, Katt has recently changed the way he discusses those parties at the estate. It's becoming much darker now. He's now claiming that there are actual ritual-type things occurring behind closed doors, not just covert encounters for males on the DL.
People wearing dresses. No, it's not. It's a weird thing. It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future.
It's also interesting to note that Gene Deal previously revealed this as well. Before the freak-off began, Gen and other guys would do some kind of idol worship at the ritual gatherings Diddy was hosting for the full moon, according to an old video on his YouTube account.
And people was thinking that because of Puff gave his birthday party on her birthday, but it was bigger than that, and people don't understand that. And I think that he had almost told off on himself when he spoke about the winter solstice. And that's when the pagans and people who believe in the cult was looking for that moon on 12/12 at 12 a.m. And they were doing spiritual rituals at that time. That's when that was going to be the last day of the full moon. And that means that the seasons and all that stuff has changed. But when you get into that spiritual realm stuff, it was when people went and they paid homage to certain sacrifices and homage to certain idols. And on the third day, they would drink, party, be merry, and the men would have sex with each other. If you don't believe it, look it up for yourself. It was the last day of the full moon. And because it landed on 12/12 at 12, that's when ritual sacrifices and prayers and everything was given to certain idols. And on the third day, they drink, they be merry and be happy, and the men would give gifts to each other and have sex with each other. So it was bigger than that. And he gave his day on my man's birthday, 3 days after the full moon, 3 days after the last moon, 12/12, 12 a.m.
Furthermore, after Diddy leaves, Katt and Gene's lives may be in jeopardy because they have no intention of ceasing to speak out and expose the industry. But it appears that Gen and Katt are ready for what's about to happen. Additionally, insiders claim that they were spotted getting together last week. Furthermore, there is now speculation that Katt and Gene may be collaborating on a project. As of right now, it's still unclear exactly what kind of project they intend to work on. A documentary series, podcast, or even something larger, like a production firm, may be the format. In any case, a significant event is imminent. Additionally, according to one insider, Katt and Gene have been communicating for months to piece together the Truth project pertaining to the sector. In addition, Katt recently declared that he is opening a recording studio and that he hopes to work on projects that Hollywood would never let him do. Therefore, if the rumors of Gen Deal and Katt working together are accurate, it would explain Diddy's desire to silence Gene before it is revealed. Because if Katt has the receipts and Gene has the platform, that is a serious issue. And for the entire rotten business, not just Diddy, the problem is this: Gene's entire energy changed after that assault. He has been repeating stories about Diddy for years, as you are all aware, but he is now speaking in a different way. The interviews seem more focused and more unrestrained, as if the last bit of control has been removed. You can tell that Gene is angry by the tone of his voice, and he is not sugarcoating anything. During his most recent sit-down on the Art of Discourse, Gene criticized those who were celebrating Diddy's victory over Rico and explained to them the nature of the person they were honoring.
Celebrating for a psychotic, narcissist, a sociopath sex offender, abusing and degrading women, beating on them, brother, and having them appease him and his homosexual tendencies by letting random men, prostitutes, male prostitutes, brother, ejaculate their sexual juices on them so he can lick them off. Is this what's happening in the fucking hood now? Is that what's good in the hood? Tell me, is that what's happening in the streets, brother? Is that what the industry that came down to now? They celebrating them. And it's strange, bro. How they having they celebrating this demon, bro. They celebrating this demon. Do you understand that?
And when asked if he still feels the same way about Diddy as he did before the verdict, Gene straight up said Diddy deserves to be buried.
I'ma say the same shit about Diddy, but in my way. I'm not here to praise this nigga. I'd rather see him buried. And y'all can say and feel however you want to. Cause that's the way he felt about people we all used to be around and love. This dude is psychotic. I don't care what you say, bro. You look at some of the stuff that he did, and like I say, that's what's good in the hood now. That's how y'all getting down now. Licking another man's sperm off his girl. Beating women. Cause man, a nigga still going to jail. I don't care for him. I don't give a fuck about him. Him, anybody who looked like him, got his last name, and came in on a boat with him.
Gene responded bluntly, Diddy deserves to be buried, in response to the question of whether he still feels the same way about Diddy as he did before the decision.
I'ma say the same shit about Diddy, but in my way. I'm not here to praise this nigga. I'd rather see him buried. And y'all can say and feel however you want to. Cause that's the way he felt about people we all used to be around and love. This dude is psychotic. I don't care what you say, bro. You look at some of the stuff that he did, and like I say, that's what's good in the hood now. That's how y'all getting down now. Licking another man's sperm off his girl. Beating women. Cause man, a nigga still going to jail. I don't care for him. I don't give a fuck about him. Him, anybody who looked like him, got his last name, and came in on a boat with him.
Gene's statement that Diddy should become like Epstein has led some people to believe that he is going too far. However, Gen stated unequivocally that Diddy is due for it. Additionally, he recounted the numerous instances in which he almost died defending Diddy, only for Diddy to turn around and hit him. However, that isn't even the primary cause. According to Gan, Diddy ought to be laid to rest. For Gene, Diddy's bad deeds towards several innocent people are more important than what he did to him. Interview 17, 3318. 42 regarding the claims that Gene's life is still in jeopardy, particularly once Diddy is released from prison. Gene stated that he is not concerned because he knows Diddy better than most people and is capable of protecting himself.
I'm not gonna worry about somebody that I bodyguard. I'm not gonna worry about somebody that I bodyguard. And God knows I can bodyguard myself. with his blessings. I can bodyguard myself with his blessings, bro. I'm not worried about that. Nothing beats an ambush, and I know that. But I'm not worried about his shit. What you eat don't make me shit. So I'm gonna talk about whatever I wanna talk about. If you got a problem with it, tough titty. I have been talking about this character. I've been talking about this shit. Even today, I'm gonna continue to talk about it.
Therefore, Gen simply disproved everyone's assumption that he would change his mind or leave following the Diddy ruling. He will continue to speak up at any cost because he has a lot more to expose. Diddy believed that intimidating Jean would calm her down, but it had the opposite effect. The thing is this: Jean has been already pouring a lot of tea. However, according to insiders, the genuine tales haven't even surfaced yet. Gen is in possession of some bizarre receipts from texts, audio snippets, and even video footage that may support some of the most sinister rumors, not just about Diddy, but also about other influential figures in the business. And now you already know that Jean's collaboration with Katt Williams is going to be significant. However, there is another topic that is hardly discussed. According to certain rumors, 50 Cent isn't merely endorsing Gen on social media to get clicks. In reality, he's interacting behind the scenes with Gen and Katt. According to insiders, 50 has been advocating for since he began filming his documentary, Diddy Do It? After the verdict, however, Gen and Katt only narrowly granted their approval. And let's just say that certain people in the industry won't be sleeping after everything that has happened.